Hey YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Listen, my name is Roman and we are here to do a little discussion, conversation, reaction to a video I came across on YouTube. So there's an image consultant. His name is Kevin Samuels and he has a lot of videos on his channel where he talks about relationships, women, expectations, a lot of different things. And some of them are very, very provoking, very, very provoking. And so a few hours ago, I caught myself watching this one video and I said, oh my God, I would love to get the opinion of some of my female subscribers in terms of how do they feel. Here is, let me just set the stage up of the topic. Here's the topic. The topic is, do you think your attitude matches the way you look? And it took me aback to hear the question being asked to someone so directly, because when you are asked somebody, do you think your attitude matches the way you look? Basically, you're not that fine to be acting like that. And so I just thought it was just very, very interesting. So I wanted to share this with you guys, a straight man asking a straight female this question and then listening to her response and then listening to him respond to her. And then we're going to come back and then I want to have a conversation with you all. Check this out.
Hello. What can I do for you?
Okay, so can I ask my question?
Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, Kevin, I don't know if it's me or the men that I'm dating, but they kind of make it seem like my attitude is like a bit difficult.
Okay.
But I'm not really sure if I have like an attitude problem or I just have like tolerance for BS.
How old are you?
I just turned 27.
27.
Mm-hmm.
How tall are you?
5'6",
Dress size?
8.
Mm-hmm. How much you weighed last time you weighed yourself?
I'm definitely on a weight loss
How much did
journey.
you weigh?
Yeah, it was this morning. I was 189.
Look, man, that's not a dress size 8. I'm an image consultant in real life. Let's try that again.
Hold on. Okay, listen. When I say direct, I like that kind of direct. I like how much do you weigh? And you say it. What's your size? What's your height? And you say it. I don't like the fuck that shit. Even in my real life, your breath stink. Thank you. Like I love this straightforwardness, but let's continue this conversation. But it's funny because when you ask people straightforward things, they're always caught off guard because they're used to people bullshitting them. And a lot of times I'm so not a bullshitter. Like I will hit you with a question like, I know damn well that's not what you think is going on, right? Because we can clear that up today. You know what I mean? Like I'm all for clarity. I don't like the gray area, though I like gray shit, as you can see, but I'm not for the gray area. But let's continue.
Dress size?
Honestly, I'm not really sure.
So you lied to me.
Whatever my.
See, I don't like people to just come out and make up stuff. 5 foot how tall? You're 5 foot how tall?
I'm 5'6".
Right, 190 pounds. That's yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm being honest now. If men are telling you you have an attitude, first off, you don't want to be reading the comment section. That's not going to help because I'm having a conversation with you. And what do you mean when guys tell you you have an attitude problem or maybe you just have low tolerance? What do you mean?
They just make it seem like I really can't take it.
Hold on. So she said originally when it started out, she said she don't understand why men say she has an attitude problem when she just thinks that she has a low tolerance for bullshit. Let's continue.
Joke, or I just tend to have like not the best patience. But basically, they just make it seem like I'm the issue. But sometimes I just really feel like I know I have things I need to work on, but I just feel like sometimes they're just like not man enough
to handle you.
Yeah, like, but the thing is, like, I know I have things to work on. Like, I need to work on my patience and maybe my attitude a little bit.
Who do you live with?
I live alone.
Right. I don't know why women feel like somebody has to put up with your attitude. Well, I don't know about ladies, like women in general, in particular. Why should anybody have to put up with your attitude?
Pause. Pause. Message. 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 Did you hear that? Why do, and I'm taking women out of it, but why do anyone in general think people should have to deal with their attitude? Like, and so listening to him, and I know it's painful because I don't want to see her get tore down like this, but these are the fucking hard conversations people need to be having every single day, not with just people around them, with themselves. I literally, after I watched this, I started asking my damn self. I was like, no, because I do be having an attitude, but why should somebody be putting up with my fucking attitude? The fuck? I like this kind of teaching, but let's continue.
That's a good point.
I'm seriously, I'm being dead honest. And what state do you live in?
I'm in Kansas.
Kansas.
He shaded the fuck out of her.
It's good to
Kansas.
Think highly of yourself. But I'm gonna ask you a hard question. Do your attitudes match your looks?
Pause. Message. Pause. Message. Pause. Question message. Maybe. Does your attitude match your looks? That is a really good question. I think we all need to ask ourselves, like, just as a self assessment, as a self, just being aware of ourselves. Because sometimes we only are seeing ourselves and living in our own shit. So we don't really see how other people perceive us. And sometimes you can have a fucked up attitude and people can be looking at you and you could be wondering why people are attacking you or coming at you, and you don't know why, but it's because you have a really bad attitude and you don't see it. Or you could be nasty or malicious and you don't really know that because you're living in it. And people have been so accustomed to dealing with it, no one has told you that. So I think this is a really good point. And again, I'm not just looking at it from at this point, I'm not looking at it just from just women in general. I just wanted a woman's opinion on a straight man asking her these questions. I am looking at it as for everyone. Like, I think it goes for everyone. But let's continue.
I think so.
Okay. Where would you rank yourself scale of 1 to 10? You can't use 7. Just right here.
Well, I'm really natural right now, so I would say an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, be honest, yeah.
And when you're made up.
Pause. But it's Kevin. Now I sent you an email regarding this video. I told you I was gonna be using this video. I want to know, why did you say 8 like that? 8? What do you think she really is? I mean, I would give her a good 5. 5. Yep.
A 9.
So you put yourself up there with Beyonce and Kelly Rowland.
Shady.
opinion, yes. I mean, I know like beauty is not.
You know, beauty is very formulaic. It's not that subjective.
Listen, these are the conversations we need to be having with ourselves every day. It's good for your soul. It puts you in your place. Some of us be feeling ourselves, and sometimes we got to say to ourselves, nigga, you ain't all of that. And I love this shit. I love it. It may be harsh. It may hurt your feelings. And I don't agree with a lot of some of the things that he says on his channel. But this kind of teaching, I'm all here for it. And I'm putting myself in her shoes and being examined like this. Like, what a great way to just realign yourself with just being humble. You know, like you putting yourself way up there with like who Tori Harvey dating now? You putting yourself all the way up, Lori Hart. God damn, Tori Harvey. Lori. Who you putting yourself, Lori Harvey? You know what I'm like? Who she dating? Whoever she dating.
See, women who tend to have attitude problems tend to overvalue themselves.
Oh, 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 oh. And again, women, I want to know what you think. Like, do you think that women who overvalue themselves, who feel like they the shit, women who have attitude problems, you think they overvalue themselves? And then in general, do you think people who have really bad attitudes and nasty attitudes, they overvalue or they think too highly of themselves? Like, what are your thoughts? I sort of agree with that. I'm thinking about people in my life like, oh my God, the bitches that I've had to deal with is because they just like, I'm not in low key, some of the content creators down here. I'm like, sometimes when you come to their channel, their attitude is like, it's me, it's me. And it'd be like, I literally almost had to tell somebody that the other day. I almost wrote in their chat, like, you do a lot of talking to still be in the position you in. But back to the video.
I went directly into something you can't lie about. Your height, your weight, your dress size, your looks. See, those things are static. And what you told me is by 5'5", 190 pounds, you're not hot enough to have an attitude.
Did you hear that? It is shady as fuck and it's so low as fuck, but it is the truth. Like, sometimes we be having attitudes for no fucking reason. No reason at all. None at all. When you put things in perspective, when you put yourself in the lane that you're supposed to be in and you assess yourself based on those individuals, you really don't have a reason to have an attitude. But when you take yourself outside of your lane and try to be like other people, you get bitchy because you're comparing yourself to things that you'll never ever either have or is not ever meant for you. And it's like, stay in your lane. You know what I mean? Like, grow at your own pace. And and I really do believe in birds of a feather flock together. Let that resonate. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be trying to be, being with the Joneses and you a Smith. Chill with the Smiths. So in this, I hear exactly what he's saying,
And to rank yourself as 8 or 9, you can walk out into the world and nobody, if somebody puts you in a line next to Beyonce and Kelly Rowland, age adjusted, there's no way that they would say you all look like y'all match. You can't honestly believe that.
Delusions of grandeur. They are real.
Yes, you do or no, you don't?
No, I understand what you're saying.
I'm asking, what do you think?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
If I were able to take Beyonce and Kelly Rowland, age adjusted, and put you all side by side, people would not say you all look like you match. They would say this one is better than that one was better than this one, and this one does not match.
I understand.
But do you agree or disagree?
Okay, Kevin. So, like, I know you want me to just answer the question.
If you give yourself.
These are the conversations we need to be having with ourselves.
If you're an 8, what is Beyonce?
Beyonce is definitely very gorgeous. Like, I obviously know Beyonce looks better than me, but
okay. But what is she though?
Okay.
Is she a 9, a 10?
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna play his entire video, but in this first edition of Pillow Talk, I just wanted to get sort of your opinion. Like, do you feel like people overvalue themselves, and because of them overvaluing themselves, they have these nasty ass attitudes because they're demanding like this unrealistic amount of respect or this unrealistic amount of attention that they'll probably never achieve because they're going at it like the wrong way. Like, they're going at attention as if they're Beyonce, where they can just walk in a room and command it, but they're really, you know, I was gonna say Kodak Black, and they got to perform and actually put on a show to actually get some attention. So I think that this was definitely a great way to sort of break down your own ego and have those conversations with your ego and yourself about your own reality. And sometimes we have to be the ones to check ourselves. And I think this was a great way to see that. And it literally was a straight man having a conversation with a straight female about why men think she has an attitude or why she has low tolerance for bullshit, when in reality it's does your attitude match what you're giving off? Not really your looks. I mean, yeah, that's an aspect of it, but does your attitude match like your personality? Your, you know, what, like the energy you're giving off could be negative. You know what I mean? But you're trying to attract all of these different kinds of people, but you're steadily giving off the wrong kind of energy. I think it was a great point, and I think it applies to both male and female. I would love to see, you know, us ask ourselves these questions like, what do I rate myself? Like, you know, what do we rate ourselves? And then compared to whomever is at the highest of that scale, you know, what are the differences? You know, what are my differences compared to the next person on my scale? And how can I maintain myself and stay in my own lane? You know what I mean? A lot of times we see other people and we instantly want what they have because we think, oh, if they got it, I can get it too. And it's not like that at all. You know what I mean? We all have predetermined ways of thinking, and you cannot alter your way of thinking based off of someone else's way of thinking, because you will get an attitude because your environment may not be similar to theirs where it's receptive to that way of thinking, or the people you're around may not be receptive to that way of thinking. And so you'll walk around with an attitude because you're expecting the reaction that that person is getting, and you don't even match that person. So it's just best to stay in your lane, you know, do your thing in your lane. Don't necessarily focus on what other people got going on. And then always try to be cognizant of the energy you're giving off. Like, am I being positive or am I being negative? And if I'm being positive, what kind of reaction should I expect from giving off this positive energy, and versus what kind of energy I better get giving off this positive energy? You know what I mean? You know, and yeah, it's even though it's based on like women and, you know, image consultant and talking about, you know, one woman's a way of looking at men. And if you go to his channel, he has a whole bunch of different videos where he's talking about different conversations that he's had with women, about things that they want and why, certain things may not be applicable or may not work. It's always a very good conversation. It's such a hoot. Yeah, I thought this was a very interesting conversation. I would love to, you know, hear what you guys think. Please drop down in the comments and let me know. The next pillow talk will be a conversation for the men. So thank you for joining me, and I will be back for another pillow talk where we get up close and personal and we have these very intimate conversations that I think, is necessary and it's good for the soul. Please like, please share, please comment, and please, if you're not a subscriber of the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. And until next time, deuces.